The satisfaction is I found another channel for my creativity and to channel my passion because honestly, I don't feel like acting forever. We've worked with iFlix before and we have a very good relationship with them, and we've been pitching a lot of concepts for them, and fortunately they love the idea of working with Isa and Ian. So ito na nga yung B&B. They wanted something na rom-com but not the usual rom-com for the teeny boppers. Ito naman this time around, it's for the hindi naman super old but a little older, 'di ba? Yung age generation na nila Isa and nila Ian. So that's what we created and they loved the idea, so we pushed through with it. For this project, it started during the pandemic. So a lot of planning and a lot of things were considered, like location-wise, because it has to be a bubble. We had to find the perfect location wherein we can set up seemingly 2 B&Bs, but in just one location. So that was the first consideration. And then, of course, budget-wise for all the testing, and then the number of people that are only allowed on the set. Basta sobrang daming consideration talaga. Well, originally, the plan was for Direct Mark to just be the main director and that was it. But considering the number of days that we were doing, we were shooting for a certain number of days and we were going to be locked in for only a week. Plus, in consideration of the working hour rule, hindi siya magiging efficient kung si Direct Mark lang ang mag-isang gagawa ng lahat ng sequences. So, while we were planning, they said that we felt that we needed a second unit director. So, while we were planning, they suggested na parang, Shine, why don't you do it? We know naman na you've been wanting to do something like this. So I said, oh, okay, sure, why not, diba? I mean, the opportunity opened, so I grabbed it. And parang, I just felt inside that I think I was ready. Parang ganon. Parang I had no doubts that I was going to deliver. So I might as well do it, diba? Opportunity comes once lang naman, so might as well do it. As an actor, you're used to the director giving you the direction, leading you the way. But this time around, you have to really stand up and be the leader. And hindi mo lang dapat kinoconsider kasi yung artista eh. There's also the visual aspect of it, like the camera placements, your shots, the look, the feel. There's a lot of things that you have to take in consideration if you're the director. I guess I was just lucky enough that I had a very good team behind me. Seasoned cameraman, seasoned lighting director, and then a seasoned assistant director, because I knew how to tell the story visually, but I just couldn't put it in the proper words technically kasi hindi naman ako nag-aral talaga ng directing. But there were nights na parang during pre-prod na parang I really had to draw it on paper na parang this is the shot that I want to achieve. I want the camera on this side and how are we going to achieve that? Parang ganon. Yung technical aspect, hindi ko siya masabi properly kasi wala naman ako nung technical jargon eh, diba? So, dinodrawing ko siya. And I'm just very lucky na lahat ng nakasama ko sa unit ko was very supportive and they really took time to parang understand how I was explaining it in my own way at thank God nakakaintindihan kami. Yun, ang mga na-discover ko sa sarili ko na parang hindi ka lang dapat marunong sumunod, kailangan marunong ka din. You know how to guide and parang rally your people in order to achieve what you want to achieve. Parang ganyan. Tsaka, syempre may mga nights din na parang, di ba, you're waiting for the actors because they're coming from the other unit, so there's lag times. You know, how do you make the set fun for everyone, yung ganyan. And how do you rally them in the morning na kailangan mabilis yung trabaho because of the working hours nga na you have to also consider and marami kang scenes na dapat tapusin. So yung mga ganun na parang nakakakaba, but it felt so natural for me, parang ganyan. So, yun lang, parang I was surprised na hindi ako masyadong kinabahan, na parang I just knew what to do. I am a very observant actor. My style of working is I read the script, and while reading the script, I tend to visualize already what is most likely going to happen in that particular scene. I'm talking as an actor, ha. And it surprises me when I get to the set na most likely pareho kami ng vision ng director. So, parang ganon. May ganon na ako ever since. Ewan ko kung bakit ko naiisip yun before, or maybe this is really, parang yun na yung culmination ng preparation ko for what I'm supposed to do right now. Parang ganon eh. So, yun, I'm very observant. Nakikita ko kung ano yung mga ginagawa ng mga director na parang, oops, in the future, I wouldn't want to do that. Parang may mga ganon. Meron din naman ako na parang, uy, that's really, okay, kasi mas efficient, mas napapabilis yung trabaho. Siguro through the years, parang I get a little of everything from all the directors that I've worked with, and I applied that now. Actually, I've been forcing Karel to write this story that I really want to direct. I have so many concepts. It's just that I don't know how to write them down. So I need someone to write it for me. So pina-force ko si Karel. Kasi yun din yung dream talaga namin eh. We want female-driven characters, stories, also from the point of view of a female director, diba? Para iba naman, to give us a voice. So ayan, if God wills it, then yes, of course, I would gladly do it. I'm already 37, and at my age, parang what else can I do? Parang, is acting all I want to do for the rest of my life? Do I want to produce, etc.? But siguro the satisfaction is I found another channel for my creativity and to channel my passion, because honestly, I don't feel like acting forever. It's not something that I would want to do na parang I'm super old na and I'm still acting pa din. Siguro baka I could do like one movie or one show per year. But parang I think this is the next thing that I would really want to do, is to direct. Karel, Isa, the girls and I have been discussing this for the longest time. There's still a lot of stories that are not being told properly because it comes from the eyes of a man, diba? And there's still a lot of stories that are not being told that are actually happening right now. For example, midlife crisis that women are going through, that's not being discussed. Those are stories that are not being told, diba? Pero it's always the midlife crisis of the man na married and then getting a mistress. It's always that, right? But we don't ever hear the stories of those women who are stuck with their jobs, stuck at home, and finding the strength to move on and finding something to do and better themselves. Wala masyadong ganun eh, diba? Or kung meron man, it was told from the eyes of a man na medyo sexist, na parang, no, dapat pag babae, dyan ka lang sa bahay, mag-alaga ka ng anak mo. The typical Filipino sexist na mga pelikula. Ang dami pang ganun. So I guess it's about time that women, start sharing their vision and their stories so as to give an authentic voice to those women-driven stories. So, for me, ganun. Yun yung aking opinion with regards to that. Siguro, with regards to shots and everything, I'm fairly confident with how I told my part of the story. Find your joy. Find it and fight for it. Especially now, with everything that is happening around us, you will really realize that life is too short to have so much regrets. There's no harm in trying if you know that this is something that you've always dreamed of, and you have to fight for that dream. You just can't sit down and just wait for the right time. The right time will never come, believe me. You have to find ways. You have to fight for it and find your joy. Find your joy.